would you please stand for the pledge? I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Heavenly Father, we beseech your divine guidance in this meeting. Keep us ever mindful of our obligation. Grant us, dear Lord, wisdom, tolerance, and courage that we may well serve our county and fulfill our trust. Amen.
Amen.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning. Move to approve the minutes of July 21st.
Second.
Discussion? Roll?
Hambley?
Yes.
Harrison?
Yes.
Sweattick?
Yes. Okay, do we have any public comment regarding any pending resolutions today? Seeing none. Okay, so we have a notice of withdrawal of an expedited Type 2 annexation petition. On June 26, 2026, the clerk of the Board of Medina County Commissioners received an expedited Type 2 annexation petition for 4 parcels of land totaling 94.2835 acres, more or less, of land from Wadsworth Township to the city of Wadsworth. On July 27th, 2026, the petitioner withdrew the petition. Therefore, the annexation review previously scheduled to take place during this meeting has been canceled and no action will be taken. Okay, next up we have resolutions, and Dan Becker's here for the county engineer.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I've got 4 resolutions for your consideration. The first is authorizing the Medina County Engineer to enter into a memorandum of understanding with the Medina County Soil and Water Conservation for pond review. The next is the necessity to close Greenwich Road for a road culvert replacement. The third is the necessity to close Boston Road for some roadside maintenance. And the last is finding the public welfare and convenience requires the replacement of culvert number 1 on Greenwich Road in Harrisville Township.
Move to approve the 4 resolutions.
Second.
Discussion?
I just had a quick question.
Yeah.
The pond review. I've always understood that they did that work. Is there something that rolls under the county engineer's office for?
It does. They've done that for us, and we have
Is it-
an agreement with them.
What's the what responsibility is it? That's the part I'm.
They do the initial review. So
Okay.
we'll accept the permit, they go out, they do the review, and they also do the final inspection on it.
Gotcha.
Is it essentially also part of the stormwater
Correct.
regulations?
Correct.
That
Yeah,
makes
yep, yep.
Sorry,
sense.
didn't
Yep.
clarify.
Yep.
Sure.
Yep. Thank you.
Roll?
Hambley?
Yes.
Harrison?
Yes.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Jeremy Cinco, sanitary engineer.
Morning, everyone.
Morning.
3 resolutions for consideration tonight. The first is declaring the necessity of the 2025 home sewage treatment system replacement project and authorizing the sanitary engineer to commence advertising for bids. The second is authorizing change order number 1 for the Chippewa and Lake Road water main replacement project. And the third is authorizing the Medina County Building Maintenance Department and the Medina County Sanitary Engineer's Office to purchase MaintainX Asset Management Program through Carasoft Technology Corporation.
Move to approve the 3 resolutions.
Second.
Discussion? Roll?
Hambley?
Yes.
Harrison?
Yes.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you, Jeremy. Next up, we have Holly Murin, our Human Resources Director.
Good morning.
Good morning.
On our personnel changes resolution today, we have 1 promotion in transit, 2 rate increases, 1 in maintenance and 1 in job and family services, and 2 resignations, 1 in commissioners and 1 in maintenance.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion? Roll?
Hambley?
Yes.
Harrison?
Yes.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Holly. Next up, we have Brett Thomas, our Finance Director.
Good morning, Commissioners. I have 5 resolutions for you today. Our first one is expenditure adjustments for various funds. These are just a couple housekeeping measures for the county engineer and the sanitary engineer. Our second resolution is the vehicle maintenance revenue item for the quarter. This amounts to $72,184.45. Our third resolution is the purchase of 6,600 gallons of unleaded gasoline for the engineering center. R.J. Wright & Sons is our low bid this time at $3.18 per gallon. Our fourth resolution is expenses for county officials. We have nothing out of state this time. And our fifth resolution is our weekly bills in the amount of $1,333,695.29.
Move to approve the 5 resolutions.
Second.
Discussion? Roll?
Hambley?
Yes.
Harrison?
Yes.
Sweattick?
Yes. Thanks, Brett.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Matt Springer, our county administrator.
Good morning. I have two resolutions. The first one is authorizing an agreement with Mission Critical Partners. This is for consulting services to help assist with the Tyler Enterprise Justice case management at the courthouse. This is scoped for a phase 1 contract estimated to take approximately 12 weeks. Ultimately, this is going to result in a recommendation, either go or no go, as far as our contract goes with Tyler. And then the second resolution is allowing employees of the county to serve as precinct election officials during the November election. This is something we've done in previous years, so we'd like to continue that, obviously with supervisor approval.
All right. Move to approve both resolutions.
Second.
Discussion? Roll?
Hambley?
Yes.
Harrison?
Yes.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Matt.
Thank you.
Okay, next up, we have a proclamation. So we have a proclamation August 2020, claiming August 2026 as Child Support Awareness Month, whereas Medina County recognizes the unique value and potential in each child, and Medina County believes in the responsibility to promote and nurture their well-being, and whereas Child Support Awareness Month reminds us that children need the emotional and financial support of both parents to reach their full potential, and whereas these payments are crucial to provide the everyday necessities for children in Medina County to help them become healthy and productive members of society, whereas we recognize that non-custodial parents sometimes face barriers in meeting their obligations and some require service and assistance to do so, whereas Medina County Job and Family Services Child Support Division, with the support from the Medina County Commissioners and community partners, Medina County Clerk of Courts, Medina County Domestic Relations Court, Medina County Juvenile Court, Medina County Court of Common Pleas, Medina County Prosecutor's Office, Medina County Sheriff's Office, Medina County Ohio Means Jobs, work together to develop child support services and assistant programs to efficiently and effectively collect and disperse child support payments, as well as be a model for child support enforcement throughout the state. And now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Commissioners of Medina County, Ohio, hereby proclaims August 2026 as Child Support Awareness Month and recognizes the importance that citizens, community, agency, faith groups, medical facilities, and businesses have in working together to ensure children's success.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion? Well-deserved recognition.
Oh, yes.
Who's somebody coming on up? Okay, come on up.
Hambley?
Yes.
Harrison?
Yes.
Sweattick?
Yes. Go. Right. Get in the middle.
I guess, yeah. Perfect.
That'll be
Fine.
yours.
All right. Morning.
Good morning.
All right, so I have first two other resolutions. First is a resolution authorizing the county auditor to transfer funds from JFS Fund, JFS Children's Services Fund to Public Assistance Fund for administration expenditures. The second is authorizing the county to transfer funds from CSEA for RMS expenditures.
All right. Move to approve both resolutions.
Second.
Discussion? Roll?
Hambley?
Yes.
Harrison?
Yes.
Sweattick?
Yes.
So my first department update since taking this role. Just starting off with child support. So Child Support Awareness Month for August. So there's a couple things going on with that. First, we're green August 5th. So next Wednesday, which is also when we'll be at the fair, representing Commissioner's booth. We'll have some stuff to pass out, including one of the things they're doing is a coloring contest for the calendar. So kids can submit the coloring contest to be in the 2008 one. So we have that. We'll pass that out. We also have the forms up at our office that they can get and submit for that. So it's really cool to sticker tracking visitations, kind of like the good things and fun things going on, even between like mom and dad. A couple other things.
When's the deadline for submission?
So it will be all of August and
Okay.
then the first week of September.
Got it.
So it's for the 2028
So they have to
calendar.
color every month?
No, they're really good.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I have some if I can give them to you guys. There are some really good drawings in there. So, a couple other things that for Child Support Awareness Month, we've collaborated with Medina County DR Court for the settlement week and warrant withdrawal programs for the first week of August. So it'll give opportunities for some of those people who have those barriers in place to be able to come and collaborate between the court and us and get some of those out of the way to hopefully put them on a better track. So both us and the prosecutor's office will be on call if people show up to do those things. So that's kind of neat. Let's see. And then the last thing is we are offering the driver's license reinstatement as well next week too. So they'll have to pay 1 month plus $1 to be able to get that reinstated. So again, some of those barriers to create a situation where maybe we're putting them on a better track to where they need to be. Next, public eligibility update. Some great news. We just got timely completion for our Medicaid cases for Q1. So Q2 is looking really good. With that being said, we are gearing up for the Medicaid. Everyone says work requirements, but it's actually called the Medicaid Community Engagement Activity. So you'll see it MCEA.
Okay.
Right. So the reason behind that is it's not just work.
It's also volunteer.
Volunteer, that type of stuff. So CMS, the federal government, has started notifying people. Actually, last week they started electronically with that like informal notice of the changes that are coming up. They will start. I just saw yesterday. It changes every day. I just saw yesterday they're going to do an official notice by the end of August about the changes that are coming up. And then we are receiving official specific training in December about that will look like for us. We are preparing. We've pulled our numbers, so we have just under 20,000 in Medina County on Medicaid. And the group that this affects is about 5,000. We won't know out of those 5,000 until we've gone through the full year of who it actually affects and if there's any exceptions for them. Because the state is saying, don't go in January and recert everyone. Just do it through your normal process throughout the year. So by the end of the year next year, we'll know kind of who this really truly affects and what that looks like. But it is ever changing. Let's see, the other thing with public eligibility is our error rate. If you saw the state fiscal year was, for the state was 6.76, but Medina County has been under 6. They released like an unofficial one for March. It was 1.3 or something, but we've always been under it. We also have a unofficial cumulative one. It's always under the 6. We don't know what that means yet. We probably won't know until the federal government decides how they're going to charge states, and the states are going to decide. So that's an evolving thing, but we are doing really well in Medina as far as what we can be in control of. Another thing, just a little bit on child protection. I wanted to note that July of 2025, we had 133 children in custody. So exactly a year ago. Today we have 93 children in custody. So that's attributed really to some successful adoptions and some successful emancipations, getting a plan out there for those children, and adults. So, yeah, that's where my updates for today.
Thank you.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
Actually, I have a question.
Sure.
You were at the same meeting I was
I
with
was.
United Way, where we started talking about a volunteer center for coordinating the community engagement.
Yeah.
The idea was to kind of revitalize, kind of restore. There was a volunteer center decades ago for nonprofits as well as government, community service. Even Judge Chase would use that for some of his referrals rather than use probation, just have them do community service hours through the volunteer center. That went away, but we had some discussions about kind of trying to restore it and do that. I know Paul with Catholic Charities apparently had some conversations. Have you heard anything more about continuing that?
Not specifically.
Okay.
I did see the 2-in-1 kind of that electronic one
Yeah.
saying like, hey, put your volunteer opportunities out there. We have, we're gonna, per that discussion, I want to
Yeah.
see the demographics of that 5,000 people,
Right.
and are we gonna need to send them to volunteer? Like, are they? Where are we gonna break that down? What's gonna make more sense for us?
I'm
Yeah.
afraid electronically recruiting
know.
people
Yeah.
online 211 and so forth, that's asking
Yeah.
too far. Most want a personal touch.
Yeah.
Most want the human contact, especially when it comes to volunteers. And if anything, it's a gateway to more community engagement and involvement with those organizations they volunteer for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So after they become, let's say, reasonably employed or even sustained within the community, they continue those connections. And that's the important
Yeah.
part I think we need to
Right.
explore.
Yeah,
Okay,
and I think we're
well,
gonna need access to something like that as this moves forward.
I think
Yeah.
absolutely. I think
Yeah.
planning wise, we need to. It's all. I've got a meeting planned with Paul, and then obviously I'll recruit you into kind of
All right.
continue this conversation to help make sure we've got a place with those. If there's any portion of it, can you imagine 1,000 additional,
I know.
or even 500 additional
Opportunities.
volunteers within the community donating their hours to the nonprofits? There's a great opportunity for human capital.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It really is.
absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
and they're gonna be
And-
required to do it.
And if it's something that Judge Chase used to do, maybe it would be good to invite one of Judge Warner's representatives to
we're-
come to the meetings.
Sure.
Yeah,
Once we
yeah,
get to.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Very good.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next up we have Shannon Ryan, our transit director.
Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
So I'll give you a quick June report. Ridership is continuing to be strong for this year, much better than last year, which is seeing an increase in new riders on the agency side and the public. I'm not jinxing myself if you're superstitious, we're on our 4th month of zero trip denials. So the team really is staying very
Wow.
dedicated to making sure that we don't leave anybody behind. Just the cost per mile is a number that I watch very, very closely for a number of reasons, but it's down over what it was last year at this time. So we're seeing a trend. It's just very good that we keep our cost per mile at, below the $6 mark, but it does fluctuate month over month based on some of how far people are traveling. People seem to be traveling from farther out, coming into the city, so we're just really making sure that zero trip denial stays strong. As far as just our contracted services, senior adult services, it's kind of plateaued at that 1,300 or 1,400 trips per month, making sure that we, get the seniors where they need to go for a number of different reasons, medical, social reasons, groceries, things like that. And our out-of-county transportation that we do for Job and Family Services, Katie, is continuing to be a great need. People are traveling out of county for a number of different reasons, and our ACE contract is working out pretty well there. Any questions on the? I was really happy to partner with our article in the Medina County Commissioner's newsletter and talking about passenger notification. So probably have a few questions about what that means. I brought along a deck of information that I'll pass down, just explaining the basics, and I'll give one to the clerk there if she needs one. There you go.
Great.
So going over the information in this deck is basically explaining that the service itself needs reminders. Very much like a doctor's appointment, that you get a call the day before reminding you of your trip.
Everybody loves those.
Yeah, they love those, right? But the great thing for us is it's going to allow the customer, the passenger, to cancel or confirm their trip. This will reduce the amount of no-shows we have. The no-shows are costly because they're just a trip that we don't need to make, and it might be very much out. So the passenger is going to get that call the day in advance. The other one is the arrival notifications, the alerts. 15 minutes prior to your trip, you're going to get an automated call saying your bus is on the way. This is exciting. It sounds a little AI-ish. I understand that, and it sounds very futuristic, but it's a basic reminder to the public that their passenger trips are on the way. So We have a lot of communication around this. The newsletter, I'm going to be going to the Suprema Center this Thursday to talk to a number of different people about how this works, but it's just turned on. There is on August 10th, Monday, there is a feature to give people an email as well, which is kind of exciting for some of our agencies that want to know this sort of thing, but it's going to the person. So we'll have an email address for them and possibly a text message. We think the phone call is going to be the major part, the great benefit. But this is not only, this covers what I call 3 legs of the stool, right? Makes it better for the customer, makes it better for us, and it makes it better for our budgetary requirements. So this is a win-win-win.
Is the customer going to have the ability to, I guess, tell you whether they want a phone call reminder or a text reminder?
We're going to do that at the time of booking.
Okay, good.
It goes into their profile.
Obviously, doctor's appointments, and
That's
some
right.
of that's what they do now.
That's
so,
right, yeah.
Most
So
of us, a lot of still prefer text.
Some
phone
do.
call.
We're going to kind of go with the voicemail,
Yeah.
the
Okay.
voice first,
All right.
but I think there will be some. I think you're right. I think but the system has the option. We've worked with our software
With all the
partners to set it up.
telemarketing phone calls you get, sorry. But
Yeah.
It's easier to ignore those.
I really like that it covers all the
Yeah.
bases. This
Yeah.
is a
No,
really
that's
big
good that
thing.
They would have the
So.
option. All right.
And
And that's not something they opt into. They're automatically enrolled by signing up for a ride. It's which
Which do they prefer?
notification do you prefer?
Absolutely.
Yep, yeah, which they prefer
Absolutely.
would be,
Yeah.
yeah, that's great.
we feel that this is going to be beneficial because I put in there, we all need reminders. We all do.
Yep,
Everybody does.
Yeah.
So, okay.
that's great.
Oh, well, I do want to acknowledge Shannon and one of his supervisors, Robert Duke. We had a special circumstances after hours this weekend where they took care of a resident, and it was truly, considering it was already the weekend, it was above and beyond, and
Appreciate
I wanted
that.
to thank them
Thank
both
you.
publicly. Thank you.
I've acknowledged the supervisor, and he's well aware, very dedicated. It just goes back to how we really care for our passengers to make sure they have what they need, especially the essential services that we provide.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Oh.
nice to know that one of our department heads picks up the phone after hours immediately. I really appreciate that.
Okay, you're welcome.
And I do want to have some future conversation with you about the flex within, particularly in Medina,
Okay.
and how much demand we have just on the edges of, like, in Montville, which is, is kind of it's a suburb, if you will, of Medina, or it's integrated so much, is whether we'd have how we could maybe look to expand the flex a little bit, and to see if there's opportunities, even having support from Montville Township trustees and so forth, to help expand that into those neighborhoods. If we have a lot of calls into it, that'd be a way
Yeah.
to, for various reasons, it's just on the edge, but it's very much looks like the city of Medina.
We have the option to redraw those maps
Right,
with the
yeah.
right communication
Yep.
and being strategic in it. Yes, I think that's a good conversation.
And
to
I think
have.
we ought to just look at what
Right.
the current load is and where we even pick up
Right.
some
What's the
additional
opportunity?
people.
Is
Yeah.
the VA facility, the future VA
Yes,
facility
yes.
within the current boundaries,
No.
or it's not?
No.
That would be an obvious
So
one.
that's
that would
that's
need to
kind of where
change.
I'm headed at. It's
Yep.
kind of like within that general area, and that's why I'm kind of looking like when that gets established, it'd be good to actually have understanding of that group. The flex service so involves the greater Medina area, if you will.
Yep,
We'll look at that.
Okay, I think
Thank
we
you.
just look at the numbers. All right.
Thank you for the
Thanks.
time. Thank you.
thanks Shannon.
Okay, next up we have Stacy Malakar from MCBDD.
Morning.
Good morning.
How's everybody today?
Good, good.
I'll go over a couple things, and then I've got a special group I want to introduce you to today. But just a couple updates, talking about the Medicaid match. We're still in the moratorium for new providers, so that is still continue to be a challenge for individuals and families that are still needing assistance. So we're working with them. But the Medicaid match, it continues to be troublesome for county boards. Right now we have 10 counties right now that are in fiscal emergency that the state's working in. And per our state department cost projection tool that we use, we're looking in 2029 having 29 counties that are going to be in fiscal emergency. It's just the Medicaid match is just exploding. So we're working closely with the state, looking at how can we, because again, county boards take that fiscal risk. The state manages what is authorized and how that goes, but the counties are taking the fiscal risk. So we continue to work on that. So it's always at the forefront. I want to acknowledge the standout champions. So this is the second year we've done standout champions. We had our board meeting last night and recognized them. Just some amazing people. The first standout champion, we acknowledged the Medina County Junior Fair Board. They just an amazing group of young people. I mean, they have really taken on the last several years of really looking at how do we break the barriers down so that everybody can be part of the Medina County Fair, which is just, you know, just a cherished event here. So they have done the Fair Friends the last couple years. This year's we used the Moby mats so that people with mobility issues could participate, the children could participate with showing animals. And of course, the Sensory Friday from 10 to 2. This is our second year, and these young people have just ran with it. I mean, we give a little help, but they're just an amazing group of people. So we're really excited to acknowledge them. Tyler Racy, he is just this amazing community leader, young man. He is a Special Olympic athlete. He's represented Medina at the national level. He's a true leader. But the thing that's really unique about him is that he has gone out of his way for many years, and he does, he's a consistent volunteer at his local food pantry, and he does fundraising. He's got a big passion for multiple sclerosis and junior diabetes. So he is just an amazing young man. So we wanted to recognize him. And the third person was Kimberly Maddox. She just retired after 38 years from Cloverleaf Schools. And she has been an amazing champion for special education. She really believes that every child deserves that opportunity to succeed. And so she's been a leader in that school district. As a matter of fact, she helped create the first ever special education instructional coach position. You know, really seeing that you really need to build those skills within. So we had a great board meeting last night to recognize those people. So wanted to mention that. And again, I also want to mention that this Friday, next Friday, it's hard to believe it's here, sensory friendly Friday at the fair. But today, the real people that we're here to see is our Leadership Academy. So you know we've had this for a couple years now, so we have another class that's graduated, so I would like to introduce and have them come up. We have Amanda Cracker. Come on up, Amanda. We have Alyssa Nutter and Lauren Bonus. You guys can come on up over here with me. Joe, oh boy, I'm gonna, Turciano, close enough, right? He's at Scout Camp. He's an Eagle Scout, so he couldn't be here today. So I just want to take an opportunity to thank these young ladies on taking the challenge, stepping up for the challenge, and building their leadership skills. And I know that Amanda wanted to say a few words. So go on, step up there, step up to the mic.
Good morning. Hi, my name is Amanda. I like being in the Leadership Academy because I've learned new skills like listening, communication, time management, and many more skills. I've made new friends. I'm glad I've got to be in the Leadership Academy class, and I hope this Leadership Academy class keeps going. Thank you.
Matt, maybe we could grab Brian for a picture? Yeah. Thank you. So we're going to get a picture, you guys, for our newsletter, okay? Great. Okay. Stacy, you should be in it, too.
Okay. Come on, Sue.
Take some pictures.
You're a picture taker. Scoot in here.
You go first.
Okay. I can send some. I can send some to Brian, too.
Oh, the mic.
Push the mic down. Oh, yes. Yeah. There we go. Perfect.
Okay.
See him sneaking.
All right, very
Thank
good.
you so
Thank
much for coming.
Thank you. Congratulations on your achievement.
Any questions for me? Perfect. Thank you
All
again.
right, very good. Thank you.
I will say, as you, yeah,
I'll come back.
Art in the Park, we had the accessible
Oh, the
bathroom facility
Momentum.
built, and there were a lot of comments. I was there with when the vendors were coming in and out, and there was a lot of positive feedback
That
on
is
that.
great.
So, thanks again.
And that's going to be at the fair?
Yep,
Yep.
it's going to be at the fair all week. And, I love that. It's a game changer.
Yeah.
It really is a game changer. And again, I talk about the fact that if anybody's doing renovations in a public place, we are glad to donate that changing table because it is a game
Right.
changer. And it's a big commitment. It's a cost.
Yep.
But, if we can be part of helping that, we really would like to do that.
And there's a certain amount of visibility that comes with it too that I think keeps it top of mind for people. That
Exactly.
the services you provide are constant and making things accessible for folks in kind of a portable way is, like you say, game changer.
It
So
is.
Yeah.
thanks for your willingness to
Absolutely.
participate.
And on a less positive note, unfortunately, I just want to make it clear, or at least to the public, we can make it clear, the problem with the Medicaid match largely is
Yes.
driven by federal legislation or
It-
federal policy as well as dollars, and how the state decides to cover
is.
that. Is that correct?
Yes, it
Okay.
is.
Just to make it clear,
Yeah.
that those that are impacted by that, and they can communicate that to their representatives.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very true. All right, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you so much. Okay, next up, we have Ed Zachary from Veteran Services.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I don't know if you saved the best for last or just
We
go alphabetical,
did.
so whatever it is, we're good. You got the report in front of you, so we'll just start out on page 1. So far this year, we've filed 370 claims this is all through the end of June. So 231 medical and ancillary benefits. Current pending claim volume is 497 with 19 appeals. The average claims per month is 61. At the bottom, and there's a bunch of graphs there and stuff, but at the bottom of the page, the one note, we've filed more than 70% of the total claims we filed the whole last year in just the first 6 months this year. So we have been very busy, extremely busy. Page 2, just a recap. I put this in here, and these are 2024 numbers because the VA has not come out with the GDX for 2025 yet. But there was $118 million spent in Medina County, either going to veterans or on some medical expense in the year 2024. That number is going to rise exponentially, especially for 2026. You'll see it go up a little bit for 2025 because of the medical center. So you're going to see construction costs in there, VA payments and all that stuff. So it'll go up big. The number that we look at, though, because we feel as though our office contributes to it, is that $63 million that went right into veterans' pockets. That should also rise quite a bit, too. So those numbers will go up quite a bit. When it comes to the state of Ohio, we've filed 52 different various things with the state of Ohio, everything from fishing licenses to scholarships, Murphy applications, things like that. Our financial assistance program, we're down a little bit in the numbers, but we're up in the money. So 127 eligible clients with 22 being new. We have written $155,154.65 in vouchers, and we have paid out $149,212.28. It's an 18% lower as far as the numbers, the individuals go than last year at this time, but the dollars are up significantly. So, and that's just the cost of, various gas, electric, all that stuff. Our transportation, I know Shannon mentioned it a little bit. We average about 30 to 40 rides per month that we pay for around the county. There's, I think this in June it was 274 total rides. The riders is between 30 and 40 individuals. So that's how many they're paying. And that's basically, I know me and him have talked a little bit. We're not quite sure what our transportation and his transportation is going to look like with the new CBOC. So we contract with him to bring people to us, and then we take them to Cleveland, Parma, Akron, and Kent now for imaging. So with the new one opening here, I don't really think it's a value to pay him to bring people to me for me to take down the street when we could just pay him to take them down where they need to go. And that way they could all go whenever their appointment is instead of first thing in the morning. So we're going to probably revise that a little bit. We'll probably still continue to go to Akron and Kent for some time. Parma and Cleveland will always stay there, but eventually we think we'll drop off of Akron. So that'll save a little bit there. The next page. So our programs, I think, and this is part of the reason our number's up. We started these programs when we moved back into the building, and they're all kind of holistic programs, art class, guitar class. We got a new kind of karate class, and he's actually doing a advanced and a beginner class with that. And those classes are bringing more people in. We're talking to wives, widows, spouses, veterans about their benefits when they come to those classes. So that's kind of the increased volume in the claims process that we're doing, and vice versa. The claims, people come in for claims, we give them information about these classes. We do a lunch and learn every month where we just talk about benefits. People come by, grab a sandwich, and we talk for an hour about different things. So our upcoming events, we're participating in the Friday this Friday. So that should be fun. It's out in the parking lot, and we're going to be out there. I think you'll be out there too, so it'll be interesting. And then we got Veterans Day at the fair is Monday. Any veteran gets in for free as long as they got some kind of veteran ID card. We'll be in the main pavilion from noon to about 3. We got music. The Guitars for Vets from Medina and Cuyahoga County are going to be playing some songs. We got Big Dog Daddies doing lunch, and then we'll have the VA there. We'll have various nonprofits that have to do with veterans and things like that. So it's usually a fun event, and every year it grows. I think we started out the first year years ago, it was like 50 people. I think we're like over 300 now, so it's just crazy. Saturday, we are going to, Saturday, August 8th, next Saturday, or the Saturday after this next one, we're going to the Ohio Veterans Conference. We're providing transportation for anybody that wants to go down there up until our bus is full. It is a all-day conference put on by the state, various speakers, information about benefits, information about different things around the state, so we'll be down there. And then on Wednesday, September 9th, one of the big things we got coming up is we got given free tickets that we're going to distribute out and plan a ride down to, it's called Modern Warrior Live. It's at Playhouse Square. It's a veteran that served in Afghanistan and Iraq from the 82nd Airborne. He did this play. It debuted, I think, about 10 years ago on Broadway, and it's been all around the nation. It's an interesting play about his service. The guy that did the music is from Cleveland. He's a Juilliard grad. It's a jazz kind of play, but it's a good play. So we got free tickets. We're gonna take some people down there. The CBOC, obviously you mentioned that. We did the groundbreaking in June with the VA, and they're still on schedule to open sometime late summer, early fall next year. So, as far as fiscal responsibility, our budgets, we stay within our budget. We've served 1,326 clients the first 6 months of this year. That's 13% more than last year at this time. One of the big things is our Veterans Treatment Court. We co-op with the treatment court in the city of Medina. We've been kind of after the county to, hopefully start a treatment court for veterans. Senate Bill 179, which was signed by the governor, now allows us to help fund with that court, so maybe that'll make some changes. I feel, and I felt this way a long time, that there's different crimes at different levels, and those veterans that are in the county court could really use that service of a veterans court. And the VA provides, great services to a sanctioned veterans court, provides, health care, provides the monitoring, provides the reporting back to the court. So maybe this bill will help change that. Homeless and housing stability. You'll see that our numbers are down 66%. We're average of 2 cases a month. I think that's largely due to the new shelter that opened up over there. I know we don't want to call it a shelter, but Next Step Up does a lot where we're getting people off the street quicker. And not only are we getting them off the street, but we're keeping them off the street by putting them into some kind of program. I know I just drew a blank. The VASH vouchers from the VA, usually the veterans are out of there within 5 or 6 weeks in some kind of home. So we're not seeing that, kind of like rotating door of veterans where we put them in a hotel and then 6 weeks later they're back on the street. So it's working and it's great because we were averaging about 6 to 8 veterans a month last year, I think, and we're down to 2 a month this year.
That's
so
great.
That is great.
Great.
Our dental program, we expanded that. We're still at the 250% poverty level. We provide dental, but we expanded it to the veterans' dependents that live in the house also. So that's working well. We work with the health department. We haven't had any issues with that. We did have a veteran that they couldn't provide services to. He needed dentures, and I think it was due to his heart. They would not do the extractions. So we found a nonprofit to actually pay for the extraction, so it worked out well. Mental health counseling, we're at 74 a month, or 74 for the first calendar year with the Vet Center. That's over in the Office for Older Adults building. And then we do the group counseling in our building. The one thing I want to note, we did have, so we talked about this during the budget session about a deputy director. We had one service officer resign. We did hire a new hire last week. He started. We're going to train him as a service officer, and then hopefully he'll take over as a deputy director in about a year. But with the numbers we're seeing and one person resigning and, you know, the new guy's kind of new, it's been quite taxing. So, but all good. Questions?
No. See
Great.
you at the
Great.
fair, I'm sure.
See you at the fair.
Good
yeah.
report.
Always good. Thank you.
Okay, do we have any public comment today? Okay, we do have a hearing date notice, an expedited 2 annexation petition. The clerk of the Board of Medina County Commissioners received an expedited type 2 annexation petition on July 24th, 2026 for one parcel of land totaling 1.1978 acres of land from Wadsworth Township to the city of Wadsworth. No public hearing is required. The commissioners will review the petition during their regular meeting on Tuesday, September 1st, 2026 at approximately 9:30 a.m. Okay, that was just for notice. We're now on to discussion session. Steve, do you have anything?
Nope.
Aaron, do you have anything?
Two things, both are relatively quick. The first one, we've been having these, the discussions about kind of the future of this administration building. One of the things, we've not received any recommendations yet, but one of the things that has come up in the preliminary conversation was evident in the survey, and, you know, with recent, you know, events, makes everybody cautious, is building security. So there had been some discussion around potentially securing or making as employee-only entrances the north and south stairwell entrances, which I think admittedly are used by the public, not a lot, but they're certainly used by the public and employees. But I think it would if we started to work towards making those an employee entrance, it would contribute to kind of the bigger cause of building security. It would also facilitate some of the planning that's going to be going into this project to make wayfinding and things like that easier, because we have 2 public entrances. The problem with those north and south entrances, if somebody who's not familiar with the building wanders into them, there's a lot of questions to where they should go. Yeah, there's some directory information there, but it's somewhat limited. So I think it would combine to maybe be something that could contribute to security, but also facilitate some wayfinding and things at the core public entrance or entrances that we would have there at the parking lot. So I just wanted to bring that up. It's nothing we need to make a decision on today, but maybe something we could consider a little bit further, the implications of that, because I know we've got the capability there with our electronic
Key fobs.
Yeah, the key fobs and everything, that we could make that an employee-only entrance, you know, at any time. We just haven't really taken the measures to do that. So.
Yeah, and Matt's done a good job in the last couple of years. We do have increased cameras and stuff, but I do see, especially considering recent events last week, those being considered as employee only. I think that's a very good idea.
Yeah. Well, and like I said, there's some more discussions to be had on that, but I just wanted to kind of throw that out there as a possibility. So it's something that it really, each time we've discussed it, we had a larger group meeting, we had a smaller group meeting, it's come up in both of those discussions. So I expect we're gonna keep hearing about it. So again, nothing we need to decide on today, but just something I wanted to mention. Item 2, completely unrelated to that. Matt and I have been working on it's probably been a year ago that we had the Community Foundation here presenting about a fund that would help facilitate some of the costs associated with the dog shelter construction.
Yes.
Now that we're getting closer to that being rolled out, we've put together, the paperwork is more or less approved by the prosecutor's office. So we're going to actually be launching that fund, I would say probably in the next month or so. So I just wanted to make you aware of that. Some members of the public have expressed an interest to potentially contributing to that that construction project. We're certainly more than happy to have any support that folks want to give, but also as we look to the future in enhancing and upgrading the facility itself, there's going to be, you know, operational costs and things like that. They're going to change from what we've seen historically in the facility we currently have. So what we're trying to do is open some sort of a fund with the Community Foundation that allows members of the public who want to contribute to the building project, but also doesn't foreclose the possibility that, you know, it can be kind of a community, county partnership collaboration going forward. Because some of the more robust offerings that other counties we've seen have, you know, veterinary services and things like that, all have costs that really aren't built into our model right now. So, so as that gets rolled out in the course of the next month, I think we'll have some more conversations with that, and hopefully we'll see some buy-in from the community, because there really has been a demand from the community to get to the point where we, you know, we invest and make these enhancements to the operations there. I'm hoping we'll see that in terms of support for the
And a lot,
fund as well.
and I can see that translating, because a lot of community members like to donate time and interested in
Right.
volunteering at the facility.
And the new facility is going to make that much more, you know, conducive as well. It's just, there's so much about it that's going to be really enhanced from what we've had for these last 50 years or so. So, just want to make you both aware of those developments.
Okay.
So there's more to
Anything
come on
else?
both. Nope.
Matt, do you have anything? Anybody else?
I wanted to bring up, I forgot, I did want to bring up the, and I know Aaron and I, we just had some brief conversations regarding the McDAC and our COG. If it's all right with you, I'd like to schedule a meeting, a joint meeting of the COG and McDAC board. Forrest has been working on updating the code of regulations. We have to look at the next funding cycle for next year, start planning for that. There's a methodology. I talked to Bob Alasko earlier this morning, who's the chair of the McDAC. And likewise, like I said, I think to enter that conversation about updating the code of regulations.
Okay.
Makes sense to me.
Okay.
Yep.
Seeing nothing else, I just want to wish everybody a great time at the fair next week. Please go. Hope the weather's great. And I will entertain a motion.
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to go into executive session for the purpose to consider the employment of a public employee.
Second.
Roll.
Hambley?
Yes.
Harrison?
Yes.
Sweattick?
Yes. See you all next week.
Thank you.